do not call called? He called. I take a long slurp of my drink, the dregs of it dragging through the straw between the bits of ice. Him. I don't see what the big deal is about roses, Bennett says. Too cliché, Ruby says with a scrunched nose. Well, do you have any better suggestions, Rubes? He asks, leaning toward Ruby with a grin. She crosses her arms and gives a sweetly defiant smile. At least, as defiant as she is capable of. Compared to Bennett's tattooed arms and long black hair, she looks like a tiny red-headed fairy out to tame the big bad monster. I just don't think Jolene would appreciate them, she says. Why your fiancé put you in charge of flowers anyway baffles me, Quinn says. Lorelai smiles. Maybe she thinks he has good taste. Have you seen Bennett? He hasn't cut his hair since the 2000s. Hey! I've seen Bennett, I say, reaching out as if to touch his hair, and I quite like his beautiful locks. They're Viking vogue. Mountain man modern, Lorelai says. All the rage rock and roll rebel. Nice one, Bennett says, giving Ruby a high five. But no roses, Ruby says with a pointed finger. Seriously, Quinn says, her arms crossed. Don't. Bennett sighs. Then what? Just get tulips, I say. Why tulips? I shrug. If I were getting married, I'd want those. The second the words leave my mouth, Bennett's head swivels to me. What? I ask innocently, but I can't help the sly smile that tugs at my lips, the secret that flows between us. It gets weirdly quiet among our little fivesome, so I pull in an obnoxious slurp from my drink like a kid at a movie theater. I make the awkward moment more awkward. It's my only defense mechanism. Yeah, do Theo a solid, Quinn says, tossing her finished drink in a nearby trash can. She'll never walk down the aisle. Exactly, I say, lifting my chin with a laugh. The words aren't meant to burn, and they don't, because they're true. Over my dead body will I be called wife. Bennett scoffs, and the subject is dropped. And thankfully, he doesn't keep giving me that weird look. The queue line nudges forward, and the five of us finally reach the roller coaster's loading station. The train pulls in, the last group of riders flows out, and the seats instantly fill. My friends file in the last two rows in their usual pairings. Lorelai and Quinn, best friends since high school, and Ruby and Bennett, best friends since, well, they were probably born connected somehow, then ripped apart with how much they share a brain. I take a step back into the loading line right when they all look around and realize I'm the odd woman out. If we just, I'm okay if we... I shake my head through their protests, laughing and waving my cup in the air. I try to ignore the tug in my chest. I've got to finish my drink anyway, I say. I'll catch the next one. I give a plastered-on smile as my friends disappear around the corner, their hands already spraying in the air, preparing for the lift hill ahead. It's fine. It's all fine. But my hand twitches over my phone in my pocket, like it's a siren song and I'm the lonely sailor. What if Do Not Call needs me? Just the thought has laughter bubbling up in my chest again. Ridiculous. Of course he doesn't need me. But before I can stop myself, before I can cement these perfectly rational thoughts in my head, I'm hopping over the queue line railing, tossing my half-filled cup into the trash can, and taking the narrow dirt trail away from Bumblebee's flight. I find the small alley behind the Be-Fast stop and pace with my phone clutched in my fist. I take a deep breath, and then I press Do Not Call's contact number. I plug my other ear with my finger, trying to block out the sounds of roller coasters and laughter and excitement and everything that is the opposite of how I feel right now. The ringing on the other side continues. Breathe in 3, breathe out 3. In 3, out 3. Maybe he won't pick up. Maybe he butt-dialed me. Maybe he already forgot he'd called me. Why would Do Not Call ring me at midnight on a Friday night anyway? Doesn't he know I'm not anyone?